Several ICE agents were arrested in recent months showing risk of misconduct. Remember this, the Trump administration has emboldened agents by arguing they have absolute immunity. One judge recently suggested that ICE was developing a troubling culture of lawlessness. There have been cases of agents who have accepted bribes to let cars carrying drugs enter the U.S. or who became involved in human trafficking. ICE Detention Center says it's not responsible for staff sexual abuse of detainees. Dozens of ICE and CBP agents have abused women and children. On July 22nd, the advocacy group Ohio Immigrant Alliance released a list of 59 active and former ICE and CBP agents charged with sexual and violent crimes between 2007 and 2026. We have to remember, these are independent journalists doing independent investigations, so these aren't even taking into account the majority of the crimes that go unreported because people in these concentration camps do not have a voice. 50 of 59 cases the group documented were sex crimes, many of them committed against children, and the problem, according to their research, is getting worse. Cases documented in 2025 and 2026 alone account for 42.4% of the list, 25 out of 59 cases, that is a little less than half. In May 2026, a federal employee who conducted background checks for Department of Homeland Security agents during the Twin Cities ICE crackdown was sentenced for solicitation of prostitution involving a minor. The man in charge of Operation Predator, an ICE program focused on deporting individuals accused of sex crimes, was found guilty of indecent exposure to a minor, and he lost his job but reportedly kept his pension. In May of this year, the Southern Border Communities Coalition and journalist John Carlos Frey compiled a list of over 170 instances of sexual violence by immigration agents over the past 50 years. Journalist Aaron Siegel investigated one alleged rape at the Border Patrol Academy in 2024, and the officer involved is still listed as a union representative on a National Border Patrol Council website. Again, these are just taking into account independent investigations. So this is not taking into account the full scope of egregious, insidious crimes against humanity, sex crimes involving children. They are not going after violent sex offenders. They're not going after violent criminals. They are the violent sex offenders and criminals. And with the lack of oversight and absolute negligence due to the Trump administration, we are going to see a rise in these crimes. We already are. Shit's about to get ugly.